What up, everybody? I'm John Weasel. Welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Case 4, Turnabout Goodbyes. Final day of this trial. This should be the last episode, the last video for this trial. For this case, anyway. Still one more afterwards. But this was originally the last one. Well, let's do this. December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Let's save edge, boys. This is it, Judgment Day. Today, things are gonna get settled at last. A lot of things. Wish I'd gone and got water. Wow! What's the bad idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. Guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edge Weather's looking glum as always. I hope on camera doesn't push him too hard. No! What are you doing? Sorry. Just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya? Maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. No! Pal! Oh, got into that girl. Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgewood. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? I have no fear. Underdog is here. Wait. There's no need to fear. Underdog is here. Let's just see if I can find that. Have no fear. As promised, I have captured a runway ticket. Goddamn, why? Why do I want to read caretakers take care? What the fuck? A runaway caretaker. I just brought him in, pal. Took you all night, pal. Pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got in on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgewood if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it. Damn it. December 28th, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 3. Court is now in session for the trial, Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed by silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. It's your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental caretaker has been arrested. This time I omitted shop. Why can't I read that? In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Spaghetti. Ravioli. Mamma mia. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, please all remember our witness. Mr. Park Ranger, sir! He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has clearly lost his memory of his name and identity. Witness? Why did you run away yesterday? The witness is not running away as he soon will testify. I accidentally hit the button. Thank God I read that in time. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. How do you fall asleep on your feet? I'm really sorry about you yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? Figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. You know what I mean? I need one of them motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my test money yesterday stands as is. Very well. I love it when a plan comes together. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He actually knows his name. Yanni Yogi, you're Yanni Yogi. And I'm gonna prove it. Hey, boo-boo! Hey, Yogi! Well, Polly isn't better than going on, you see. Don't eat these high-quality bird pellets from frogs. Only have them in the big pet shop downtown. You weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to your caretaker's to your shack? Yeah, well, kinda got lost, you say. You say. Yes, say. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Incidentally, my dragon character owns a pizza shop that he calls the Shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Uncommon. No one's gonna believe that. See, so he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. Figure I got nothing to do with it. How do you figure? You lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. And how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. I'm supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head. That's impossible. Glad to come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness, please continue. You'd have a very strong motive if I can prove you're who you say. Vomit! How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Sedgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took your revenge on him, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of me on several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, he's going to be the same thing over and over and over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You recall the witness's memory in the past, so lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Yes, of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ha ha ha! Now, this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Bastard. Mr. Wright, please tell me. It's Gregory Edgeworth! No, it's really Robert Hammond. Nah, it's Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, the former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident. Hey, boo-boo! The figure meal? Of course, Yogi, you're the only one to sound like this. Shut up, you stupid man of average intelligence. Figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. What does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright? This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the courts? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. Allow me to prove once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay, it's actually quite simple. Your Honor? Please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. See, that makes sense. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? Hey. Yeah, you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. But then my fingers working with the stuff, yeah? What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. That is why I specifically mentioned that before. Why that's interesting, that they only found Edward's prints on there. Because he has no prints, his fingerprints would not show up on the gun. Without the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No. What do you now, Mr. Wright? Seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. No, I can't let it. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as who this man is. No one. Dick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright? Perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, huh? Yeah, very funny. Here's a story winner around the corner. Wait a second! Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not gonna... We are gonna. I am not pulling you away. I'm not yanking your balls. I'm not yanking your chain. None of that bullshit. We are cross-examining a parrot. I'm not bullshitting. Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up on my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. This actually happened in the animated. It's fucking retarded. Oh my god. Well, order! Well, what are you saying, Mr. Von Karma? Did you even ask? This is a farce! I object! Wait a second. You're the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Be my guest, be my guest, put my service to the test. Be my guest. Of course, should you go through this and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Still want to go through with your game? Yeah! Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. It's the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Modern karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. He's my last chance. At least I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name? What is this ignoring me? Must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who's your owner? Please testify to this. Who is your owner? Hello, hello. The guide says, if that's not the best testimony in history, I don't know what is. Certainly the most concise testimony we've heard so far. Very well, beginning cross-examination. Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Whoopsie. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of it. We need to show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. Objection! You didn't answer the question. Ain't shove it up your bum. Witness, you can't just expect to stay alone and fix this anyway. What do you to testify? Why you, doctor? Hey, what do I say? Remember? Have we forgotten anything? I called you years ago. 80 months, 33, 14 ton. Polly! Have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6! We can get Polly. If I can get Polly to say that here, I will prove that the caretaker something to do DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello! That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot. Hello! Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She don't say it. This is ridiculousness. Why won't she say it? Because there's a bunch of bungees. Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait, don't tell me Montcalm expected this. He couldn't have retrained a parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we forgot anything? Yada yada yada, witness and all that. I already read that before. Why, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? How do I feel? What do I say? Fuck you, it all goes away. What's your name? You should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name? Polly. Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? But of course! Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Sure, it's just proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the blessing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he's Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie Polly to Yogi. Hey, boo! They think this parrot belongs to me? It does, Yogi, but they don't know that. I can't do Polly. They're Polly. Boo-boo. The proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity. Show me the proof. Well, just in spite of you. There. His fiance's name is Polly Jenkins. Some people name their pets after a significant other or a family member. Family member? I remember. Page 3. Suspect data. Take that! The L6 file. His file. Objection! It's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on? Suspect data. Sure, so stop wasting time. Ow! My jaw. Very well, Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where this filed information connected to this parrot's name? Suspect data. On the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right here, after he's arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. Guess that it's possible. Bah, mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter's dog she calls Phoenix. Now, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old! Indeed. Well, a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I gonna find that? We're getting close, sir. One more, if we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Very well, witness, you may continue. It's adorable little parrot, a big parrot. You're a big fucker, aren't you? Witness, you can't just say hello and blah 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 blah. I read this already. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? What's the safe number? Baby. Maybe I'll get her to say the number. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number of the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228. Why? What a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you might claim that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Yes, I am. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ridiculous. How can a number to a safe tell us the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? You want me to say it? The case file, but let me make sure. 1228, first case summary. It's the date of the case. And shove it up your bum. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with this case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to a safe number? Case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident is December 28th. Well, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah! He used the date of DL6 incident as his number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. I didn't. Bah, this is not tangible proof. This is my ATM card's number to 0001, and I'm number 1. You should have said that. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. That's enough. I think we have reached the conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences are at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Indubitably. Now! Witness, tell us your name. What's your name? Wait. This witness, she doesn't remember. No! It's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nicky looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, you see? Finally. Finally! He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years? Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. The name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi! So it was you who killed Robert Hammond? Tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on this witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent. Get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. He won the trial, but I lost everything. My job, my fiance, my social standing. Social standing? Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It's a plan for me to take revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge? It's Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. On Karma, where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. Saw no room for error in his confession. How could you? Fuck! I'm gonna punch you in the gabba! Swearing to your mum. Swearing to your mum, everybody. Where's my mints? I made a mint off these mints. That was a funny one. Anywho, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Blink. There are few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So, I'd like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? Objection! I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Alright! We did it! We did it! Cha-la-la-la-da. That is all. This court is adjourned. This court will also wait for me to open up my mints. Oh, this can't wait. It'll take me a minute. Ow, ow, ow! Fucking plastic wrap is prickly. Ow, it hurts. There. Altoids. My favorite mint. Yeah. That was like 20-some minutes or something, 16 minutes. Your mother. Did someone just say objection? Wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Edgeworth, Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we've heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Yeah, Edgeworth is trying to revenge. He's gonna say he's guilty. Gonna tell them he was a murderer in the DL6 incident. Gonna tell them he killed his own dad. What do? Where's the objection? That judgment is already passed. I object to Mr. Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. I must hear this new statement. You must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. I have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Fuckers. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I keep telling myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Don't let your dreams be memes. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You leave the mansion where your father died. In addition to the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murder? The criminal in the DL6 suit? It was me! Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for the DL6, and the statute of limitations ends today. The culprit is me. So who are you pointing to, then? Order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. Crime for which the statute of limitations ran out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. Try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. December 28th is from 2:24 p.m. Court, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad? I don't want to believe it myself, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy! You're crazy! Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. Getting my case ready. The case for what? Is it obvious? You're gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. But what are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. Sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In the case, tighten your belts. This real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. September 28, 2:30 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. His testimony. Yeah, I said it. When, though pointless, it's the defense due to cross-examinate. Statute of limitations on Leo 6 runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? Just one. Let me throw the book at him. Let me bash his head in with the fucking book. No, Your Honor. On Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Well, duh, he's the one who came up with the entire plan. You shit. Very well. Well, Miles Edgeworth, take the stand. Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth. 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. And testify about this matter to the court. Jesus fuck, almost dropped it. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That would be the key, but if only I can get it to work. Please, please. I'll kick you in the testimonies. You noticed in the top right, I left. I forgot to mention that. A point that I maybe saw. It's blinking testimony. But then when doing the cross-examination, I think it says cross-examination. That day I had gone to the courtroom and observed one of my father's files. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Look like Barney Fife. Wow. Pardon me. My father, Mr. Yanni, or Mr. Yogi, wants to compose and bring it you. Something about a bacon and muskets. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. Picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. One of them to stop fighting. A little later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? So you're stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Now, how do you know that happened if you lost your memory? There's a same claim, Mr. Yogi and me. Very well. Mr. Wright, cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Bitchy. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Gun fired once? Yes! I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. Edward Munch's the scream? I think that's what it is. I think that's what it was. Blah, 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 blah. Ah! Objection! You sure you only heard one gunshot? Yeah, I'm sure of that. Heard the shot and the scream. Everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. Shock my bowels, Karma! You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? We don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edwards' testimony? Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Fire your gun. It's time to run. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? It was Eddie! Him shot him, father! Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Overruled. Your Honor, I'm sure you're aware. This incident occurred 15 years ago. No one's just dated. Oh, that's better. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. Might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we've heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Not intentionally, he threw the fucking thing. We need to prove that, do we? Oh, yes. Yes, we do. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible! Oh, now, Mr. Carver. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. You have evidence that the second firing of the pistol was related to the incident? Misty Face photo proves it. My badge proves it. Polly proves it. This incident photo proves it. Look closely. Yes, there's a bullet hole in Gregory, but there's also a bullet hole there. In the door. And shove it up your bum. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. This is a photograph of the crime scene. Scene of the crime scene 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. There. Your Honor, please get a clue. You blind motherfucker. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. This. Fingering the hole. Does look like an asshole though, too. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. See a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. He also known that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Gregory Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order, damn it. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Driving that one car full speed ahead, intent to run his ass over. Ain't putting him in that ground. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, and the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot fired rang out. In conclusion, most agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who else could that be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright! Look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try case summary page. Case summary, that's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullets would have been discovered on the scene. That's a good point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. And nothing but the truth. There was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door. Like what? Shitbag! Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to me quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Thomas says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. Gay bullet! So all we have here is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah! How did this happen? He's made of rubber! How did that happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why are you raising an objection? Sorry, Maya. What? Looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No! But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. Sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. Thought I won. Thought there was another person, someone who else who fired the killing shot. Now I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick? Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I'd like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. Statute of limitation on the murder case of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. So many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. Can't find the words. Mr. Wright? Your Honor, I object! Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object to him? On the grounds of checking my time left. Oof. Nick, I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Ah! It must exist, huh? The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing! Second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. He's like waiting, he's not gonna produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor! The second bullet, it existed. What? But we just tried proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. What are we grasping here? It's just, someone took it from the scene of the crime, that's what happened. But who? The murderer! Check yourself, you prick. The murderer, then tell us. Who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. Man! I hate doing this. I'm not sure if I can do this within the time limit. So the second criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? Pardon me. It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. But there's some pressing need for the murder. He didn't need it. How would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. He had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer, what did that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance. For instance what? The bullet, hit the murderer. Bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? You say! You say! Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer himself was shot. Then they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. That would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. Murder. Two men fired inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks the pistol at his feet and throws it. Pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you grasping it, I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right, I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Oh, I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday. Ew, he's gross. I have less than 10 minutes. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow! It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you say? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... It could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. You're the only man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man, something wrong, Mr. Wright? She dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you've indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Oh, check him out his name now. Fuck! I don't believe I'm gonna have time. I'm sorry. I'm John Lloyd Bleasel. Stays on me and I'm out.